So we can demonstrate printing strings with Python.
This video is brought to you by OppiePie's Academy.
I've gone ahead and brought up my command line or my terminal. I'm going to run the idle development environment by typing IDLE, and of course the shell comes up. When the shell comes up, we can go ahead and click on the shell and click File and New File to get a separate file in which we can write our program. So the print statement is used to output just about everything to the command line. So we could say print and then hello world. And that simply, we're actually going to print out the words hello world to the command line. Now, I should note that because these characters are in quotes, that this is known as a string. And a string is output directly. So if we were to save this, and I'll go ahead and save this in our Python folder up here as hello world.py, and then we were to run it. So I'm going to open a new command line window in that folder. You can see we're in desktop Python, so we're in this folder. And in that folder is hello world.py. So if we use the Python command and hello world.py, that string is output. So very, very easy. We can, of course, output multiple strings. This is my first Python program demoing strings. And again, once we save our source code and we run it in the Python interpreter, just like that, now output is hello world, and this is my first Python program demoing strings. So pretty easy to use the print command. A couple other things I want to talk about when it comes to the print command, and the first is format substitutions. So we can actually do substitutions like this. Roses are, and then I'm going to use the curly brackets just like this. And if I attach to that format, and then what I want to substitute, so violets are format blue. What's going to happen is that format command is going to execute the substitution for me. Oops, let's get the closing quote there on blue. So when we print this out, we actually get the following. Let's go ahead and save, file, save, of course, in our idle development environment. And then we'll run this with the Python command. So Python hello world.py, and notice we get roses are red, violets are blue. Now, normally this substitution is done with a variable where the value is going to be variable instead of a direct string. So a variable can hold any value, and that's really kind of why you would use this dot format section here, is to insert a variable value into the text. So let's say a variable value held someone's name like this. Name equals Mark Lassoff. So now we could print the instructor's name is, then we have our substitution symbol, dot format, and now without quotes, I'm going to use name. So that's going to refer back to this variable. Now that variable may have been entered by the user, it may have come from a database, but I'm just doing the basic substitution here with the print statement. So again, we'll use the Python command, and then hello, and I'm going to hit tab because tab auto completes in the command line on both Mac and PC, so I don't have to type out the whole thing. And oh, you know what? I forgot to save. So let's do file and save. And now Python, and then the name of our script, which is hello world.py. I just typed HE in the tab key and it auto-completed. And there you go. The instructor's name is Mark Lassoff. So there we're using the auto-complete, we're using the string format and a placeholder in order to insert text into a string. Now, by the way, if I'm printing numbers, I don't need the actual quotes. This will print out directly as 12 because it'll understand that that value is 12 and it's not necessarily a string. So that value potentially could be manipulated in the program itself. I'll show you that in a second. Let's go ahead and save. Let me make this bigger so make sure you can see it. There we go. And let's, again, run our program. And you can hit the up arrow to execute the last command in your command line again. And there you see the value 12. But if we did print 12 plus 5, and we saved, hit the up arrow, now we get 17. So this is a value that's a little bit different. It's known as an expression. We'll talk about that more in the next section. So also, we can print floating point numbers, and that's any number with a decimal point. So I'll hit save, and one more time, we'll run our program, Python hello world.py, and you can see we print out 12.55. So we've gone over printing regular strings, doing string substitutions with dot format, substituting both strings and variables, you see here. Name equals Mark Lassoff, the instructor's name is Mark Lassoff, and then printing out numbers or values with the print statement.